George, I mean, first of all, let's talk us through draft night. I mean, how was that for you and down in Warrnambool, and sort of what was the reaction sort of from you and your friends and family down there?
Yeah, it was a crazy couple of days. I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to go on the first night, but we couldn't leave it to chance. So there was still probably 15 or 20 family members over on that first night. Sat through all that. Nan and Pa had their sort of eyes shutting at 9:30, looking to go to bed, and I told them that hopefully it would be a bit sooner on the second night, and that certainly wasn't the case. But looking back on it now that I'm here and now I'm at the Cats especially, it was one of the best nights of my life. I hated it for 2 hours on the second night, but the sort of relief and everything like that came with getting drafted, and particularly when it went that late, my family was so excited, and I'm so super stoked, and we battled the song out a couple of times, and I was so happy to be here.
So did you go up Barron?
No, I wasn't. No, so I'm from Warrnambool, which is just a couple of hours down the road, so I couldn't get any closer to home if I tried it as an AFL player. So from a family point of view, they're just more than happy that I'm here, and I played obviously 2 games of VFL with Geelong this year as well, so they grew on me as a team. I actually grew up supporting St Kilda.
And just that VFL experience, I mean, how much has that made you more comfortable, and how much will that help, even though 2 games is not a lot, but I'm sure it's going to help in the off-season?
Yeah, it's been awesome already, and even with some messaging from players and things like that, there's probably half of, particularly these boys, the first to 4 year players that I've already played with, and albeit only 2 games, but it's just sort of good, especially training with the VFL and that. When we toured the facilities, I already sort of knew where the gym was, all that sort of stuff. I had a little bit more surety around what everything's going to look like, which makes me feel a lot more comfortable straight away, and particularly having that small connection with players already. Like, there's no better connection you get than playing with people, so to already have that a little bit, hopefully that helps me settle in pretty quickly and then get going on the track.
How do you think last year really set you up for this year? Last year was pretty memorable, well, for the wrong reasons, I guess, but what did you take from that experience last year?
Yeah, it's a little bit cliche, but I'm actually sort of glad I went through that as you're getting toward.
And then you end up coaching as well.
Yeah, so did the knee of November of 2021, so missed all of 2022 playing, and then I turned to coaching with my local footy club in South Warrnambool, and was a line coach there, and then got to head coach one of the games. So as a young lad at 17 years old, to say that I've been able to have that experience and learn probably more not playing about the game than what I did if I was playing, that's held me in really good stead this year. And I think, if anything, it's the gratitude to be back out playing footy, and each week I don't take it for granted that I go out and get to play such an amazing game. So yeah, I was as bad as the year was, I was actually fortunate to go through that.
17-year-old coaching a senior club.
Yeah, it's probably not a record that when I was 15, 16 that I'd planned to have. I didn't really want to be a coach at 17, but we'll tick that one off, and then hopefully it doesn't be beaten, because I don't want anyone else to have to go through that either.
Surprised your great mate, Lamont Wale, they split you up, obviously, unfortunately, but I mean, that's a great friendship that you've got with him. Great to share the excitement with him.
Yeah, absolutely amazing for him to be drafted, and a lot earlier than me, so it's sort of like you're sitting at the couch so nervous and things like that, and he goes and you're all really excited, and then the potential that Essendon might have linked up, and they traded up the board at some stage. I thought, this could be it, and got pretty excited, and but yeah, I'm so pumped for him, and Essendon have got an absolute great player, and he'll fit in pretty quickly there, and I'm sure we'll keep in touch. We won't be sharing any game plans or anything like that like we have this year, but we'll be keeping in touch and making sure we're both going well.
Does sliding down the draft, does it give you extra fire in the belly to prove people wrong? Is that your sort of personality?
Potentially a little bit. I mean, you look at it and you're sitting there all night, and you naturally you probably look at it and compare yourself to players that are getting drafted while you're still sitting there waiting, and so I guess that does bring a little bit of motivation. But to be honest, I went into the night wanting to be a Cat, and it's easy to say that now, but that's probably the honest truth coming from Warrnambool, just a 2-hour trip up home. I was happy to go anywhere, but the Cats were the preference. So when them sort of 2 picks in the 30s got used up by the Cats, I kind of thought that might be it, with my opportunity to maybe play here. And then when it got to 58 and my name got called out, as cliche again as it is, regardless of sort of the pick, we're all back to square one now, and it's time to get into it. And I can't wait to sort of feed off other guys at the club and try and make my way, and then hopefully be playing, and that pick becomes a little bit irrelevant.
You're obviously well developed for a teenager, and you've played senior footy. You feel like you're sort of maybe ready than maybe other draftees to step into a potential round 1 or whenever it is, in your first year?
Yeah, I don't want to earmark too much, but I think that VFL game was a really big confidence booster for that, particularly against Collingwood. Obviously, the premiers of 2023, to play against their VFL side and be able to perform at a level that I was happy with. Gave me a lot of confidence going into the back end of the year that if it was to eventuate that I was going to be drafted, that I feel as though that I can work really close with the coaches over the next 4 to 5 months and learn off as much players as possible, and hopefully get put in the right shape to be able to perform at an AFL level. And that's ultimately the goal. So that's what we're always working towards. So hopefully that's the case, and I do feel as though there's confidence there with sort of having played a bit of senior footy at VFL level already, and been really happy with the performance. That hopefully I can do that pretty soon.